we're the Flashpacking Family, and we love adventurous travel with the kids. In the past, that's been going to places like Jordan, Sri Lanka, South Africa, and Iceland. But more recently, we've bought a camper van, and we've been doing some adventures in the camper van. I'm Jax. I'm the mum of the family.
And I'm Ernie. I'm 7 years old, almost 8 years old, and I like playing football.
And I'm Ed, and I love travelling too, big time.
And I'm George, and I love doing adventures in the camper van.
Hey,
Yeah.
George.
How old are you, George?
I'm 6, and best of all, I like sleeping up there.
That's right, that's your favourite place, isn't it?
Yeah,
With your cuddly toys.
yeah.
It's something I've wanted to do for a long time, since I was about your age actually, and because my grandparents used to have something like this in the 1970s actually, so that's quite a long time ago. And they would take it and travel around Europe for about 6 months at a time, so like our trip that we did, but a lot longer. They would go and they'd come back and just tell us amazing stories of their travels, and that's something that I used to really enjoy listening to. So that's why I've just always wanted to have a camper van, to have that freedom. We only recently bought our camper van, didn't we, in the summer, so we haven't had it that long. Do you remember our first trip that we took?
Yes, we went down to Suffolk to our pub's house and camped there for the night.
Yeah.
And yeah,
In his garden?
yeah.
Yeah, that
It's
was
like a big field.
that was basically the only place we were allowed to go at the time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, basically, yeah, that was our first night testing out the camper van, and it was pretty successful, I think. And a couple of weeks later,
Camping on the slope.
apart from camping on the slope, but a couple of weeks later, we set off to France and had our kind of sort of 6-week summer trip in France, and that's when we really figured out what we were doing. That's where we learnt the ropes, and a little trial by fire, but we knew that's what we wanted to do, and we had a brilliant time.
The first campsite we went to in France.
It was really fun, wasn't it? It was like a swimming pool.
Was it so good?
Yeah, because it was an open ground where we could do running and frisbees, and then there was also this exercise place where there was a football pitch, and then there was this net place where you could boot the ball into holes.
Yeah.
And then you could also do basketball and volleyball.
So loads of stuff going on at the campsite.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
there was also a swimming pool.
Yeah, and it was really fun
Yeah.
because, but it was actually very hard for me to swim because it was actually very deep.
was very deep.
But that was good for learning, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I
There
can
was
swim
also
fully
this-
now.
There was two pools.
But
Yeah.
guys, basically, it was our first campsite experience, wasn't
Yeah.
it? And it was pretty cool. So you it set you up to do camping in the camper van, I think.
And it was really fun.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah, I think for me the best experience so far, same trip in France at a different campsite where we were perched in a place with a view, and I was sleeping up top, and we had the little kind of side vents open, and opened my eyes first thing in the morning, early, probably about 6 in the morning, and see the sun coming up, beautiful sunrise and amazing colours
Yeah.
everywhere, and just
Fun and
brilliant.
that was
You
nice,
know,
wasn't
just
it?
being out in the middle of nowhere and quality views, amazing.
Brilliant, yeah.
Question for you guys: what word would you use to describe having a camper van?
I'd say freedom, because you could like roam anywhere you want in your camper van, and if there was rain, you could just go to a different place, and
We've done
where
that
there's
before.
there's no
Yeah, it's-
rain.
Not so much
Yeah,
fun in the
freedom,
rain,
that's
is
a
it?
good one. How about you, Georgie?
Mine would be adventure, because you can explore everywhere and find new creatures and stuff
Find new creatures, yeah, and
in
drive up
different
mountains.
countries that you've
never
not
saw
been
before.
to.
That's true.
Find
That's a good adventure, definitely.
Lots of
Mummy?
adventure in the camper van,
What-
isn't there?
And Mummy, what's your one?
Mine? Well, okay, it's not as exciting as yours, but for me, it's safety. Do you know why?
Why?
Because, well, like I said, when we bought the camper van, really with the onset of COVID, because it just made us feel a bit safer travelling. So we've always loved to travel, but you know, we didn't want to take a flight. And having everything, you know, we were self-sufficient, having everything in the camper van with us just made traveling a bit safer, or felt safer anyway. So that's my word, I would say. So the main thing I would say is go to your local dealer and test out a few models, and sometimes you'll find that they're willing to, you know, not just a test drive, but they're willing to actually let you rent it for a weekend maybe. That's a great idea, because the first night you spend in your camper van is key. It's going to give you an idea as to whether you actually enjoy it. What do I say is my favorite thing in the camper van?
Your coffee.
Well, I
Making coffee.
I love my coffee, but look at this. Okay, I know it doesn't look much, but this turns into
A kettle.
a kettle, and I love the fact it can, you know, compress down. So collapsible equipment like this works so well in the camper van. So this is probably my favorite thing, because like George says, I love my coffee in the morning. And so anything that you can find, we've got collapsible bowls, we've got collapsible buckets, and they just fit in all the sort of little spaces. So this is my top tip: collapsible equipment.
Plans are a little up in the air at the moment. I mean, I would love to be able to do another big European trip, maybe down to Italy through Switzerland, but most definitely we'll be exploring more of the UK. Finally get our trip to Scotland.
Yeah, the
Maybe
North
one half
Coast 500 is something that we've wanted to do, isn't it?
Yeah, that's definitely on the list. Yeah, see a bit more of the West Country and the Wales coastline, I think, as well, would be high on my priority list. And just having the van means we could just decide at the last minute to pop out on a weekend and discover some places that we've not been in the UK before.
Get a campsite booked up and head off. So that's having that freedom is amazing. And with the uncertainty with travel restrictions at the moment, I just think it's the ideal time to get out campervanning. You know, it's a great family holiday. That freedom and security, knowing that you're completely in charge of your travels, your destinations, having the flexibility. Yeah, we're pretty excited about 2021.
I know I am.
Yes.
Yeah, and I know I am too.
Well, that means more hot chocolate for you guys, doesn't it?
Yay!